Hi everybody, it's Bon Connected. Okay. Um Jojo. Jojo. There's nothing more else that I can say that. Jojo Bizarre Adventure. Um Episode 4. This one, it's hard for me to say what to say about this one. Well, might as well get into this. Let me just get the schmidiggy up, the news network. I think I forgot the name of the title of this one. This was episode number 4. This is basically from after Jojo, after the duel, the confrontation with Dio and killing him supposedly. We have Jojo, he's in the hospital. Irena's there. She's taken care of. Speedwagon's there. He's trying to say, oh, and he leaves because he realizes that she's taking care of him. There were few, I'm going to say this briefly, a few miscues. Still giving it a 4 out of 5, but there were a few miscues. It seemed like when we were introduced to Jack the Ripper, it was rushed. It was like, it was like we see him supposedly kill this woman, but we don't get in the manga, we get him having this going up to this woman and killing her. We didn't get that. It was like really rushed, really quickly. However, nevertheless, very good episode still. And this was basically the events of, like I said, introduced to Jack the Ripper, introduced to Zeppeli. This motherfucker. Yeah, this motherfucker. Zeppeli, he's the guy, obviously, that teaches Jojo about the ripple technique. Let me just tell anyone who's not read the manga, you gotta read the manga. You have to read the manga. It's just fantastic. So, and, he gets introduced to Jojo, and he just, the story, he hits him with his thumb right in his diaphragm, and he heals his broken arm. And you got Irena, she's worried about him and everything, and Jojo doesn't want Irena to get involved. So he's putting her at a distance. And it's just the whole, and it was so fucking awesome when he healed his arm, because there's like all these, it was like really colorful, it was really like fantastic around his arm. His arm was like glowing like nobody's business. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then it's basically, we get a slight time skip, but it's not really a big one. It's just a week later. And, he shows him the ripple technique, and he's basically explaining it to him in greater detail about how you converge one ripple with another. You cancel them out. Make the other ripple crumble. And he explains to Jojo the history he had, Zeppeli, with the stone mask, the fact that his father was a victim of the stone mask, all that jazz. But pretty much in the summary, you get the gist. It was basically from the introduction of Zeppeli and this episode, the introduction of Zeppeli and Jack the Ripper, and Dio obviously controls Jack now, to all the way up to Jojo beating Jack the Ripper, killing Jack the Ripper, and mastering the Ripple technique, defeating him, killing him. And obviously, every time we get like a gory scene, we have these shadows appear. Not a big deal, though. I mean, it is a big deal, but to me, I find it not too interfering with the show, with the dynamics of the show. But I will say this. Like I said, the only part that was the introduction of Jack the Ripper and him meeting Dio. That's the only part that was that was a little, like it wasn't done to what it could have been done. You know what I mean? Like they could have added more, but they didn't. Aside from that, the whole training regimen with Zeppeli and going in the wagon, going to the town that they were going to. If you read the manga, go to the town to try to stop Dio. People have been disappearing. And he encountered Jack the Ripper, and oh man, it was sick. Good knives coming out of his body. Shit. That was awesome. Coming out of the horse. That was insane. When I first saw that shit, I was like, hey, that's insane. And you know what they also did well? Zeppeli's technique. When he shoots the wine from his mouth. If I could do that, that would be awesome. He just takes a finger and goes right in the bottom of the wine bottle and just pours it out. And he's able to shatter, Jack the Ripper's scalpels with that. And it was just, so many good scenes in this. And of course, we got the kanji going on. This show is still boss. It's still boss. It's just, can't get any better than JoJo. It's just like, still remains best anime this season. Still remains. You can't get any better than JoJo. It's just like, it's on the level of godness, But like I said, there was, a little bit. I will say there are some things that they might be rushing a few things, not too much. It's not to a point where you have to say, oh, this is bullshit, this is Sword Art Online bullshit. No, that's not true. They're still going at a decent pace. The pacing is still good enough for me to say, oh, this show's being pretty fucking awesome. And next week, we get the Knights, the Black Knights. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Well, like I said, and then you had the fight with like I said, Jojo and Jack the Ripper, and his face gets pounded in by Zeppeli. Jojo does the rest, and I like the anime. The animation is fucking awesome in this show. It is just fucking awesome, and the action sequence are fucking awesome. Like, just fantastic. But like I said, there's only a slight. It's still fucking awesome, this show. This anime is still doing fucking well, in my opinion. It is just doing well with what it's got. There only is slight, like I said, it's slight. It's not anyone to raise a white flag or yellow flag and flag it and said, this is bullshit, this shouldn't be happening, this show's not doing well. No, it's doing fantastic. It really is. But I want more. No, I hope. I heard from my good friend, Sharingan X Rebellion. He said that it's slated for 24 episodes. I hope. I want a lot of JoJo. And I'm reading the manga right now. Can't wait for part 2 to get up to part 2. Once I start reading, I'll go to part 2. Yes! So, this is what I'm hoping for. The JoJo. Because next week we get the Dark Knights, and we get the whole thing with Dio fighting Dio fighting Jojo and Zeppeli. I can definitely see them. If the pacing stays the way it is, I think we might get this. This is probably going to be part 1 and part 2. I think what they might do is, which would be interesting, is if it's more than that, they do part 1 and part 2, and then they come out with a season 2 and a season 3. That would be interesting, because then season 2 would be part 3 and 4, possibly, depending on how they do it. Part 3 and 4, possibly, and then season 3 will be part 5 and 6. But that's me speaking too much. Oh, craziness. But this is definitely a good show to get into. You guys have got to watch JoJo. It's just like any other kind of beastly, manly anime you can think of. In my opinion, the reason why I am into JoJo is because it reminds me so much of that style. That style of animation. The kind of berserk Fist of the North Star shit that you just, oh man, this is awesome. The animation's awesome. The pacing is good still. I'm still going to say it's good. So yeah, definitely check out JoJo. This was a good episode. 4 out of 5. Ripple technique, that was awesome. He did the frog and it was awesome, man. Awesome. And can't wait to see more. I'm reading the manga, like I said. I'm going to hopefully be finished with part 1 very soon, reading it, hopefully. I should be able to breeze through that at a decent pace. So, and we will see. But yeah, Jojo and Zeppeli for the motherfucking win. And the ripple technique, fuck yeah. He's like, the last thing I'm going to say is that part where, oh man, Jojo has got the wine and he feels the ripples and he's just like, that had me pumped. Oh man, that had me pumped. And he just hits the wall and beats, just fucking destroys Jack the Ripper. That was awesome. So, and that's all I got for you guys. So 4 out of 5 for JoJo. This is doing good. Like what I see. Ripple technique for the motherfucking win. And we will see. We'll see what comments I get for this one. I would like to see some comments from McWhirlpool Inc., Uber Black Man, and my good friends at Anime Nights, Luffy and Ryoku, Dragon X Rebellion. Because I want to hear their opinion on this too. Because this show is, I think it's one of the best fucking animes of this season. Hands down. Hands down. This has been Bonkai 922. I will see you guys later.